Hello people in YouTube land. How's she going by? Rod here from Cape Breton. You know me as weatherby on my channel. Keep watching. I appreciate all the watches and the comments. Keep them coming. Even if it's bad, bad is all good. Yeah, people is constructive criticism. That's the way I look at it. Anyhow, got a story for you. A hunting story. A duck hunting story. 3 guys go duck hunting. And no, it's not a joke about 2 guys going to bars. This is duck hunting. And this fella here, being me, goes out with his brand new weatherby as proud as a peacock. I got this SA08, old brand new shotgun, first semi I've ever owned. And it's going to be my last one, because I don't have it no more. It blew up. Anyhow, on to my story. Shooting factory ammunition, shot a few birds. Flock of birds come in. Guy next to me ran out of ammo. He had a pump gun. He says, "Hey, you got a couple of shells left, let them have it." So it was like bang, boom. Well, it kind of scared the hell out of me, and didn't know what happened. My ears were ringing. I could barely hear anything. And no, it was not factory load. Sorry, it was not reloaded ammunition. It was this stuff. You know it as Federal Blue Box. But I don't blame the shell. The gun itself is what broke. The shell came out. Now the primer is... Oh, sorry, it's not this cartridge here. I believe it's this one I got here. See how nice and flat that primer is? It does show a pressure sign, but it's not crazy. The brass is... You can see that ring right there in the center? Well, usually that's an indication of a very poorly reamed chamber from the factory and a head spacing issue on the shotgun, which doesn't surprise me. Guns made in Turkey. No offense, but how many famous guns have you known come out of Turkey? My point exactly. It's like, Browning gets their guns built in Portugal. They used to have them built in Belgium, and I still wish they had them built in Belgium, because that's when a Browning was a Browning. That's when you had a gun. Like this thing here, 1960. Browning Auto 5. The only thing that let go of this gun, is stock finish. That's it. This thing's been shooting shells since it's been built, and it belongs to a buddy of mine. I don't know how many he's got through it, but it's got a pile. That's all I can tell you. And it's only chamber 2 3/4, full choke. And they say don't shoot full steel shot through a full. Well, that's all this thing shoots. 2 3/4 inch Winchester experts, day in day out. Or up to size BB and triple B. Doesn't hurt it. Not that I'm advising you guys go do it with your gun. That thing there's got steel in it, So, now, I take my gun back to the dealer, and he's like, "Oh, what did you do to your gun?" I'm like, I shot it. He said, "Well, what happened?" I said, "It went boom." And he says, "Well, what do you want me to do?" I said, "Well, I don't want the gun anymore." And he said, "Well, I don't blame you." And I said, "Well, give me another one for it." And he wouldn't let me take one out of his shop. He said, "I'm not giving you another one." He says, "I don't trust a gun myself." So he gives me a Mossberg 535 pump Magnum. I said, "Oh, well, back to a pump." And the guy, we made a bargaining deal with the money difference, whatever. That's beside the point. Well, I took the Mossberg out, snuck up on a few ducks, went to go get shells in the chamber. She wouldn't even take them from the tube into the gun. So, if you're looking at a Mossberg, don't flip the page in the catalog, look at the Remingtons, or look at something else. Heck, I'd even buy a hat stand before I'd buy a Mossberg. Especially the ones now. If you find an old Mossberg 500, like a really old one, and you get the one that's got choke accu tubes in it, the old style, they were good running guns. I had one. I had a little police gun. Did anything. You could run anything through it. Now, I took that gun back. He looked at me and said, "What'd you do to this one?" I said, "I didn't get a chance to do anything to it. It won't work." And he said, "Oh, I don't believe you." So he went and tried it, and sure enough, it didn't work. So he felt real bad. So, without any price difference, I get this 870 Super Magnum laminate. Now I'm a stickler for. I like laminate. I like wood. Wood on guns is where it belongs. Not this plasticky junk stuff. This is nice wood. It's got that matte finish receiver that everybody hates, but I like. I didn't get the gun to impress anybody. I got it to kill ducks. So anyway, what I like about this 870 is you can convert it to a deer gun real easy. You can tacticalize it like a lot of guys do on there, the black ops look, you know, with the side shell carriers and the Picatinny rails and the flashlights. Well, if I want to use a flashlight, I have a mag light in one hand, have the gun in the other one. I mean, that's all I need. I mean, I don't need nothing tucked in the barrel, that's for sure. Anyway, the action's a lot smoother than Mossberg. It cycles ammunition flawlessly, which that's an added point. That's an added bonus, you know. A lot of guys are talking about, and I'll just cycle this action here. Just give me a second. Okay, as you can see in there, there's nothing in the gun, so we're safe. A lot of guys don't like. I've got the camera backwards here. I gotta find my finger in the screen. This little ejector here. Yeah, they say that they break. But what I did is I took it out, and there was a couple of burrs on it, and I just kind of polished it with some very, very like 1200 grit emery cloth and some oil, and smoothed up all the rough edges, and now that's as slick as can be. And a lot of guys were saying on the forums that, oh, there's this, there's that wrong with them. Well, you got to expect it with something that's mass produced. Anything can break. That's why gunsmiths have jobs. That's why people work in gun factories to build more guns, because the guns that went out and broke have to be replaced with new ones. So, you know, you got to put some common sense there, guys. You know, they don't build guns like that anymore. Well, technically right now, they do build the Browning Auto 5, but I can guarantee you, you will not get the service out of that Browning. That new Browning A5 is what you're going to get out of this old Belgian thing that's from 1960 and still has never had one part replaced on it. Ever. Never, ever, ever had a screw turned on it. I even have my doubts that this thing was cleaned inside. I took the fore end off and it was nothing but black soot and gunpowder residue. And the gun shoots flawlessly. But that being said, as far as gun care goes, you got your pump gun, guys. You know, you go home, you go duck hunting, you shoot, I don't know, 2 boxes of ammo at your geese or your ducks, whatever you're at. Or you're like me, you hunt around salt water. Well, what does salt do to things? It corrodes it. So, you take your gun home and leave it in the case, all damp and wet. Oh, it's going to dry out. It won't hurt nothing. It's synthetic. Well, it won't stop. Steel ain't synthetic. So, that's why a lot of these guys are complaining about this matte finish, that it doesn't hold up well against salt and this and that. Well, guys, come home, dry your gun off, oil it, clean the gun like it's supposed to be, and put it away. Check it periodically. That's what you're supposed to do. A lot of guys don't do that, and then they call the companies complaining, oh, well, oh, my gun's rusted. Oh, this is sea solid. I can't get it to move. What do I do? And they'll ask you, oh, did you clean it? Oh, well, yes, I clean my gun faithfully, every time. Yeah. And I feel bad for some of these gun companies, because some of these guys are real honest folk, and some of these idiots that call them about their guns breaking, it's all self-infliction. But I'll get when I called Weatherby, I called this guy, and at first he was really nice. He said, well, sir, is there anything I can help you with today? I said, well, you sure can. I said, I got a Weatherby SA08 here, what a problem? Oh, he said, I'd be happy to help you. He said, what's the nature of your problem? I said, my gun blew up. And he kind of paused, and he says, your gun blew up. Well, now, he said, I never heard that one today, or yesterday, or this week. He said, could you explain to me what happened? So I gave him the story. So, oh, he said, that federal ammunition is substandard. I wouldn't shoot that in a single-shot shotgun if it was left to me. I said, well, it's not left to you. It's what I shoot. I've always shot and never had a problem with it. Oh, well, you should call Federal. I think Federal blew up your gun, not us. It's not a defect for guarantee. We've never had one come back with a split bolt. I said, it's not just a split bolt. I said, everything inside is gone. It's like blew out, gone. So anyway, they were just basically beating the bush. They didn't want to talk to me, and they sent me to 4 different departments. I spent more time listening to the radio station on their customer service line than anything. And finally I got to this lady that she took my complaint and she filed it with the technical department, which I had already spoken to, but she had to do that through whatever. So anyway, hopefully we'll hear something back on them soon. I don't have the gun anymore, but it's at the dealer, so if he can get something out of it and I can get a little bit out of it, I'm happy. Federal Cartridge Company, contacted them through email. They were very concerned. They want the lot number and the sales receipt of the ammo I purchased, because I bought a case. And I still have 8 boxes out of the case of 10. And they told me that the ammunition was off the production line in 2011, so the dealers had it for a couple of years, but it was being kept in a cool, dry place, and there's nothing wrong with it because I actually cut one open, and the steel was just shiny silver and perfectly round pellets. I was actually surprised for cheaper ammo that the pellets were really concentric and not like the Winchester stuff that looks like you got ET's head about 250 times in the shell, because they're all oblong shaped. There's nothing round about them. Actually, if you got any welders out there, it looks like slag. You chip off a bad weld or something. So, but they kill. That's all that matters. The duck don't know the difference when it hits it. So, anyway, that being said, they're aware of the problem. But I'll give you a little lowdown on the Weatherby. Everything inside is cheap. If it's not plastic, it's made of cast. What happens to cast? Cast cracks. It breaks. It's very cheap to produce. That's why they do it. That's why you can buy them guns for under $1,000. I spoke to like a whole heap load of hunters. They say if you don't pay at least $1,000 or more for your semi, you're basically getting a pile of junk. You're getting something that's not going to last very long. It's okay for an entry-level gun, but I've been hunting since I'm like 15 years old for ducks, and I'm 36, so it's like they said, you're way better off with this. But the boys say now you got a gun. That's a good one. Well, we're going to find out anyway. Maybe get out with it tomorrow and try it. Hopefully this one don't blow up, and it don't not cycle shells, and it just does its job and pull the trigger and goes bang. That's all I ask. So anyway, that's the story for now, and we'll chat later. Stay greasy.